Sea otters have been an endangered species since the late 19th century. The Elkhorn Saw in Monterey Bay is only one example of an area where otters were hunted to near extinction. Sea otters generally eat urchins, abalone, mussels, clams, crabs, snails, and about 40 other marine species. Direct conflict with humans, such as shootings and entrapment in fishing traps and nets, pose a major threat to sea otters' population, since sea otters eat many of the same shellfish humans like to eat, such as sea urchins, lobster, and crab. They often find themselves in the same area fishermen like to harvest. Interesting enough, sea otters eat approximately 25% of their weight in food each day because they have a very high metabolism. But these adorable creatures are an endangered species due to the fur trade. Worldwide numbers plummeted down to a total of 1,000 to 2,000 in the early 1900s. Today, there are estimated to be just over 106,000 worldwide, with just over 3,000 in California. Along with oil spills from offshore drilling and shipping are an immense threat to sea otter populations. When sea otters come in contact with oil, it causes their fur to mat, which prevents it from insulating their bodies. Sea otters can be found in shallow coastal waters off the northern Pacific. In the past, their homes stretched from Japan along the coast of Siberia and the Lithuanian chain, and down to Alaska, British Columbia, Washington, Oregon, and California coasts to Baja California. As of today, sea otters can be found in Canada, Russia, Japan, California, and Washington, but the majority of all wild sea otters are found in Alaskan waters. Recent reports of sea otters sightings have also occurred in Mexico.
Sea otters are commonly found in the shallow coastal waters of the North Pacific and are part of the marine biome. The marine biome covers approximately 75% of the Earth's surface and is the largest and most diverse ecosystem. The biome is divided by coral reefs, estuaries, and oceans, and contains marine algae which provide Earth with most of its oxygen supply. An ecosystem service provided by sea otters is the protection of kelp forests. This service makes the sea otters play a crucial role in maintaining the health and stability of the shallow coastal waters of the marine ecosystem. Without sea otters to protect the kelp forests, sea urchins and other herbivores in the ecosystem are unchecked and can destroy the kelp, which would leave barren land behind. These kelp forests also play a large role as a habitat for species like fish and seals. Despite their important role, sea otters have been endangered in Southern California since 1977 and are not showing signs of recovery.
Sea otters are magnificent creatures that indirectly help to reduce the levels of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. As Dan said before, sea otters prey on the marine animals that consume kelp forests. While it does help the aquatic ecosystem thrive, the kelp forests also capture these greenhouse gases in the coastal ecosystem. Kelp forests consume vast amounts of harmful carbon dioxide, keeping the CO2 levels from rising in the atmosphere and the sea. Adding more carbon dioxide and other greenhouse gases to the atmosphere warms the earth and causes temperatures to rise. It has gotten to a level that may potentially cause some horrifying effects. Increasing levels of CO2 in the sea are also very harmful to the aquatic ecosystems. Thus, the sea otters are contributing a great deal to the environment. Think about this. Currently, in a world with limited sea otters, kelp forests are consuming about 43 billion kilograms of carbon annually. However, without sea otters, it is estimated that only about 13 billion kilograms would be consumed every year. Thus, in the pursuit of fur for hats, gloves, and coats, removing sea otters from the northern Pacific damages our ability to deal with the impact of rising carbon dioxide levels in our planet. There are some natural reasons for the endangerment of sea otter population. However, some of the root causes are by the human population itself. As our main problem is the decrease in the sea otter population, it is essential that we, as a species of the world, stop all causes of this issue and find a way to bring the population back. The main reason that the sea otter population is on a steady decrease is because humans are killing sea otters in many different ways, and at a faster rate than they can reproduce. One way humans are causing this problem is by killing sea otters for their fur to make gloves, hats, coats, and other items. It is incorrect to endanger a population for our own selfish needs. It is said that the selling and the trade of sea otter fur is about $300 a skin. Thus, to stop this problem, there should be a law against poaching sea otters. If anyone breaks this law, they should pay a fine of about $500 per otter killed because the accessories made from the sea otter's fur are nothing compared to their lives.
The solution to the problem begins with identifying and addressing the threat to sea otters, which scientists have so far been unable to do. Once this happens, an appropriate strategy for recovery can be developed. Another reason that sea otters are endangered is because of fishing nets in certain areas of the ocean. People put fishing nets in certain areas where sea otters are prominent. Areas with kelp beds or kelp forests are where sea otters thrive. However, when people put nets in these areas, it causes the sea otters to get caught and tangled in them. So to put a stop to this problem, there should be a regulation where people who are not allowed to fish near kelp forests, because this causes a problem to the population of sea otters as well as the marine ecosystem as a whole.